So hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video is going to be yet again another ranking video, this time for one of my favourite franchises of all time, Harry Potter, and also including Fantastic Beasts, the two spin-off films, but they're prequels to the Harry Potter original 8 films. I've loved Harry Potter for years. I've been to the Wizarding World. I've had family actually be in one of the Harry Potter movies, but I'll get onto that more in a bit. I am the same age as the film series. I was born in July. The film series started in September 2001. I'm not the same age as Daniel Radcliffe, but I'm exactly the same age as the film series. So I've got such a deep connection to this film franchise that I thought, you know what, this is going to be my next movie rank, and I'm going to be ranking each film. My opinions are going to be different to a lot of you guys, and that's fine. Leave your ranking and why you love the films so much in the comments below. If you're new around here, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm 7 subscribers away from 100, or maybe 6 now even. If you are new around here, of course, like, comment, subscribe. If you're not new, welcome back. Please just like and comment. Continue showing your amazing support. I really do appreciate it. So, coming in 10th place is the 7th Harry Potter film, Deathly Hallows Part 1. I know quite a few people don't like this film, but I do kind of see why people do like it, because it is a set-up film. There's going to be, obviously, more dialogue, because it is a set-up to the final battle. The final end to Harry Potter. But I did find this film quite boring. I didn't think there was enough action for me. It was just them chasing a load of Horcruxes and stuff like that. I just thought it was a bit all over the place, and there wasn't much behind it to be a Harry Potter film, because it's not what we're used to seeing. So I think that's why Deathly Hallows Part 1 is 10th on my list. In 9th is the second of the Fantastic Beasts movies, The Crimes of Grindelwald. We got to see the introduction of Jude Law as Dumbledore. We got to see Eddie Redmayne return as Newt Scamander, and we got to see a full run of Johnny Depp as Gellert Grindelwald. And I find this film very boring and very bland. It had a very bland villain. I didn't think Johnny Depp was right for this role. I do think if it goes to Mads Mikkelsen, he will do a better job. Eddie Redmayne and Jude Law were very good in the film, I believe. But the rest of it I found quite boring. There wasn't much to it. It was basically them chasing after Grindelwald and him just dodging them at every single turn. And it's just not got enough in it to be a Fantastic Beasts film. But the first one is much higher up on my list. I say much higher up. It's like 3 places above. In 8th place is the very first Harry Potter film. Now, don't get me wrong. By no means is this film awful. I think it's great. I just think, for me, personally, it doesn't really fall in a good category. I find this film just it's more, for me, the first film is more aimed at kids, even though most people say it's like a horror film for kids and not really a kids film. The only bit that I find in this film not aimed at kids is the bit where Professor Quirrell takes his headscarf off and he has Voldemort on the back of his head, and then you've got the chess game where a lot of things happen. But other than that, there's not much in it that doesn't make me feel like it's a kids' film. It definitely is a kids' film, I think anyway. And I think that's why it's so low down on my list. But it is still still a really good film. In 7th place, I have the 5th Harry Potter film. That is a 5. The Order of the Phoenix. Yeah. I don't think this film's bad. I just think it had a bit too much dialogue. And for me, personally, it didn't have enough action. the end of it was really good, but I think there could have been more action in the middle. Obviously, we got the departing of Sirius Black, who is one of my personal favourite Harry Potter characters. Of course, Gary Oldman. Again, probably for me his second best role, film role behind Commissioner Gordon, but that's another franchise. I do think he was very, very good as Sirius Black. We got to see the introduction of Helena Bonham Carter as Bellatrix Lestrange. We got to see Lucius Malfoy sort of more involved in Voldemort's plans and stuff like that. We saw another big return of Lord Voldemort. We saw the battle between Voldemort and Dumbledore, which was brilliant. And then the battle between the Order of the Phoenix and the Death Eaters, which I thought was great as well. But it sort of felt more like an adventure film in the first 2 acts. And in the final act, it felt like a Harry Potter film. But that's just my genuine opinion. But obviously, you guys are going to have much better opinions than I do. I'm just the guy that just sits here talking about the films. In 6th place is the first Fantastic Beasts film. I thought this movie was great. I do think at times it can be a bit over the top and a bit silly. Obviously, because it's a new spin on the Harry Potter franchise, and I think they were just trying a bit too hard to make it feel like a Harry Potter film, and they really didn't need to. Like some of the spells and that could be a bit toned down for the 3rd film. But overall, I think it's a really good film. I thought Eddie Redmayne was perfect for the role of Newt Scamander. I forget the name of the person that plays like his friend in the film. He's been in quite a bit. I can't remember his name, but I'm sure someone will let me know in the comments below. I think in the films, I think his name's Jacob. But he's really good. I liked the girl that was in who was in Alien Covenant. I can't remember if she was in Prometheus. But yeah, I think Fantastic Beasts, the first one, is definitely 100% better than the second one. But I am very much looking forward to the 3rd one. I hope it does more justice to the second one. In 5th place is the 6th Harry Potter film, The Half-Blood Prince. I think it's a very emotional movie, especially towards the end. I feel like this is the more properly family-orientated Harry Potter film. Not so much for a family audience, but in the film, I think this is more centred around family. Obviously, because in the 5th film, they lost Sirius Black. They had the whole Order of the Phoenix fight, and they just wanted to make this film a bit more toned down. But we obviously found out that what's his name? Professor Snape was the Half-Blood Prince. We got the introduction of Professor Slughorn, but unfortunately we lost the Headmaster Dumbledore, which was it's still very sad today to me, to be honest. He's obviously one of the best characters in that film and book franchise. But I think that's why a lot of people do like this film. It's because it's a tearjerker. I have to admit that film is a tearjerker. We obviously got to see the rise of Draco Malfoy into Voldemort's army, and how he's more getting involved, and how we've seen the turn of Snape from a very, very valued member of the staff at Hogwarts to now being one of the most hated men in the wizarding world. But yeah, in 5th place is The Half-Blood Prince. In 4th place is a personal favourite of mine, but I find the other 3 above it just that little bit better. And that is The Goblet of Fire. But the reason I do find this movie that little bit better is because my cousin is actually in this film. She got it through a school, apart from school. She's one of the extras in the Yule Ball. But yeah, no, you don't really care about that. But I do think overall this film is brilliant. The action in it is so good. There's so much behind this film. We obviously get to see the introduction of Lord Voldemort, Ralph Fiennes, brilliant. We got to see the Triwizard Tournament. I think that's what it's called. Dragons. we got to see Cedric Diggory's death, which not many people liked. I didn't really like his character, to be honest. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that, but yeah. But overall, I do really enjoy this film. But I had to put it in 4th place because the others above it I do hold in more higher regard. In 3rd place is the last Harry Potter film, Deathly Hallows Part 2. This was such a great movie. It had a great ending to the whole franchise. It was a great ending to Harry and Voldemort's story. The action sequences in it were brilliant. The colours, it looked amazing on 4K. I would highly recommend these films on 4K as well, especially the last one, the last couple. It looks brilliant on 4K. The colours pop and everything. But I just overall think it's a really good film and a great end to such a great franchise. In 2nd place is the 3rd Harry Potter movie, The Prisoner of Azkaban. Again, what a great movie. You obviously got them going through the whole stuff with Sirius Black, thinking that he was the one that sold Lily and James Potter to Voldemort, when it wasn't actually him. He's actually been Harry's godfather the whole time, and instead of them hunting a man that he thought was his biggest enemy, he's actually his godfather. You learn that Ron's rat is ironically the one that sold out Harry's parents to Voldemort. How ironic is that? A rat sold out is now a rat. But yeah, we got to see a bit more of Snape in these films. How he did care. We got to see him care a little bit more for Harry. But overall, I just think this is such a good film. It's definitely one of the better films in the franchise, to me anyway. And in 1st place, I've got to give it to the 2nd film, The Chamber of Secrets. This was the first Harry Potter film that I saw, and I just absolutely adore it. The whole element with there being a chamber underneath the school with a massive giant snake in it, I think is very cool. All set up by a much younger version of Voldemort. And the whole, it's quite, to me, the first one is more aimed at kids, where most people think this is that it's a horror film, whereas I think the second one's more of a horror film, because you've got the Harry writing in the book, and then Tom Riddle's writing back to him. You've got the blood on the wall, the message that Jenny Weasley wrote. I thought was quite eerie and quite scary, especially towards these first couple of films are meant to be aimed at kids when they're clearly not. I just think the characters got so much more of a development from the first film, where this film was solely aimed at older viewers, whereas the first one was much more of a kids' film. But overall, I'd probably give all these films a near on 4 out of 5. Maybe some of them are 4.3 out of 5 on Letterboxd. But I will. I don't know if I've actually ranked them on Letterboxd, but I will do. But yeah, I find some of these films so great. The others can be a bit hit or miss sometimes, as I've gone through my ranking. But anyway, I'll stop rambling and stop boring you guys now, because you don't want to hear me ramble on for any more longer. I really do hope you have enjoyed the video. If you're new around here, again, please like, comment, subscribe. We are so close to 100 subscribers, and I've only been doing this for over a month. But if you've come back and you're still on the channel, you're still enjoying my content, please like and comment. Let me know what your ranking is down below. Let me know if you even like the Harry Potter films, and what you do like or don't like about them. I'd be really intrigued to know. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.